to another video. I'm sorry for outfit repeating, but I also highly doubt that the people who watched my last video are also going to be watching this one, because this is actually just a follow-up on my video about rev.com. This video is specifically for South Africans who are working with Rev or maybe working with a different online work source, who are trying to figure out how to connect your FNB to your PayPal account so that you can actually access the money that you're making. So yeah, I finally did it, which is so great. I'm super relieved because all of the money that I have made over the last 6 months has been piling up in my PayPal and I have not been able to access it or use it. So now I can, and I'm just going to be running you through the process that I followed to do that. The first thing that I want to say is that not everybody at FNB is going to be super knowledgeable about the PayPal services. I found the PayPal FNB helpline extremely helpful. This is the number for that. But if you try to talk to the regular consultants, they really might tell you incorrect information or have no idea what you're talking about. For example, my cousin who was trying to get the same thing done said that the consultant at the bank told her that she needed to have an FNB credit card, which is not true at all. You do not need an FNB banking account in order to receive your funds. For example, I bank with Standard Bank. I only have an FNB online banking profile. I do not have a card or any open accounts. The money travels straight through the FNB interface into my bank account. So the first step in your process is going to be to set up your FNB online banking account. That should be pretty simple, just to register and, have your username and password and everything. And then you also are going to need to FICA your account. So that is going to be a bit of a schlep. This was probably my biggest roadblock in this whole process because I tried submitting the forms through the online portal and it just went nowhere. Also, it wasn't even asking me for any forms, like where it said, you'd go to the FICA section and then you go to like the documents that you need to submit, and it just wouldn't have them listed. So then I called FNB and they told me that I can email them in, so I tried to do it that way and that also didn't work. And so I ended up having to go actually into the branch just to have my FICA completed, which they can do in the branch for you if you just take your documents along with you. So you're going to need a proof of address and your ID. So getting my proof of address in order was pretty much the biggest mission of this entire thing because Standard Bank was just not making it easy for me. I swear I went to the bank like 7 times and each time it took an hour of waiting to then get told no, that my proof of address wouldn't work. So that took forever. So unfortunately I cannot advise you on how to get those documents submitted either online or via email. Like I said, I went to the bank. But I also had some problems with my documents, so feel free to try it that way. Just make sure that your documents are in good order. So once you have your FNB account FICA'd, you now are going to link your FNB account to your PayPal. But first, you have to verify your PayPal. So you're going to go to your account settings in PayPal. You're going to find the section where they talk about linked accounts and linked cards, and you're going to put your card details in there for your normal everyday banking card. Now I will say I think that I did have a bit of an issue in the beginning because I was on a student achiever account with Standard Bank and my debit card didn't work for online transactions. It wasn't the right kind of card for it, so I had to anyway upgrade my student achiever into a different account when I was no longer a student, and my debit card was then compatible with online purchases. So just make sure that your debit card is actually compatible with online transactions. So you're going to input your card details and then you're going to click the little red text that says send a verification code or something along those lines. So what this is going to do is it's going to send a charge of about like $1.25 or something like that, or maybe, yeah. They are going to send that charge to your bank account, and it's going to reflect where all your normal transactions usually reflect. So it's going to come through as a transaction of about 30 Rand in your normal banking transactions on your banking app or on your online banking or whatever. And it's going to say PP, like PayPal, star, and then a 4-digit number, and then some more stuff after that. And that 4-digit number is your verification code. So you're now going to go back to PayPal. You're going to give them that verification code once it comes through to you. At that point, your PayPal should be verified. Now we can go back over to FNB and link the two up. Now, something I found really confusing about the FNB website is that everywhere that I went, people would say, go to my accounts or go to Forex and then click menu again, which if you go to Forex, you still have the word menu up in the top left corner of your screen. That's not the menu you're supposed to be clicking on, okay? So you're gonna go to Forex, you're gonna go to PayPal services, and there is a little orange bar on the left of the screen, and that is your menu. You have no idea how long it took me to figure that one out. Okay, so you're going to click on that menu, and then you're going to see the option to link your PayPal account, right? That's going to take you to a screen where you need to input a bunch of your information. So it's going to ask you for just like normal information stuff. It's going to ask you for your email address that you use for your PayPal, because that email address is how you send and receive funds. It's also going to ask you for your regular banking account number. So whatever account that you want the money to come into, you're going to put that information in there. Now, this was pretty much my final roadblock, is when you click confirm on that page, it says open your banking app and accept the notification that comes up. Now, I have just input my account number for my Standard Bank account. So naturally, I open up my Standard Bank banking app and there's nothing there. There's nothing there. There's no notification, there's nothing to accept. And so I call the bank. Hello, there's nothing. And they're like, oh, you just need to change your OTP, so, do this, do that, and you'll get an OTP and it's gonna be sorted. So I did that, took like 2 hours. Oh, excuse me. I forgot you guys aren't my usual audience and you're not used to this behavior. Yeah, so that took me like 2 hours and the SMS came through saying, cool, your OTP has changed. And so I confirmed again, went over to my banking app, still nothing. You have no idea how long it took me to figure out that they meant the FNB banking app. Now, at no point in the process did they tell me that I needed to download the FNB banking app. And on the page, it says, open your banking app. Now, I bank with Standard Bank, so my banking app is my Standard Bank banking app. So, yeah, I was actually like on the phone to another technician being like, it's not working. I'm opening my banking app. And as the words came out of my mouth, I was like, oh, never mind. I got it. Gotta go by. And sure enough, I opened up my banking app and there comes a little verification window. You click accept, boom, it's done. So yeah, I mean, that's basically it. Now your accounts are linked and you go back to your FNB banking app. Now it's gonna take a minute, not like a minute, I mean like maybe a day, for everything to be good in the hood. So in the beginning, if you go to that little orange window on the side of your PayPal services, the option to withdraw is not going to be there. Don't panic. It will just wait 24 hours, check in again, and it should be there. They're just finishing the link up process. And then from then on, you'll go to withdraw. You will tell them the amount of money that you want out of your PayPal. And fair warning, it does take 5 to 8 days for the funds to come through. So I was a bit stressed about that because I'm used to like FNB to Standard Bank transactions taking like 48 hours. So after the 48-hour window, I was like a little bit nervous. And when I checked on PayPal, it said that the transaction was complete, when I checked on FNB, it said that it was still pending. So I was a bit worried, but then I googled it, it said 5 to 8 days, and I actually think that my funds came through in about 4 days. So yeah, just budget for that. Just know that when you want to get the funds out, it's going to take a good few days for it to come through. So if you're trying to like pay your rent or whatever, make sure to do it like a good week and a bit before the time comes to actually pay.
One more thing, actually. While you're requesting a withdrawal from FNB, they're going to ask you what is the reason for those funds. Like, what is this money? Where is it coming from? Why is it entering the country? And there will be a drop-down list of a bunch of different codes. So it'll have like a number and then a corresponding reason that someone might be getting money in. So just have a look at that list and pick what you think suits like the reason like for your business. I use the one that says commissions and fees. The other thing that I have to warn you about is that there are fees involved in transferring the funds from PayPal via FNB. Obviously, PayPal has its own fees when that money gets transferred to your PayPal, but then FNB also has a fee for transferring it from PayPal to your bank account. I can't tell you the exact number right now, but it will give you a quote when you request a withdrawal, and it will tell you exactly how much you're requesting, what the fee is, and how much money will actually end up in rands in your South African bank account.
So yeah, guys, that is the procedure that I followed and all of the problems that I ran into in trying to get this damn thing done. It has been a long journey, so I hope that if somebody out there is in the same position that I was in, that I helped you out, because Lord knows I needed help. So yeah. Alright, cool. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. If you are not familiar with my channel, consider subscribing. Consider checking out my other content. I make videos about whatever I want to make videos about. It's a fun little hobby for me. I have things that I want to talk about, and this is my place to do it. If you like this video and you found it helpful, feel free to give it a thumbs up. If you like me and want to see more from my channel, you can click the subscribe button down below, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching, everybody, and